No, they asked if I got a side piece.
Oh. Probably. Wait, what?
I listened to you when you on TBV, bro. No, I appreciate it, man.
Oh, when you were on TBV?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Been through it all. Yeah, I got this mask on, so we're getting ready for the grand arrivals.
How much does that make a big difference?
Everyone roars.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for always for supporting, man. Yeah, hit me up, man. Anytime. Yes, sir. I feel you. I would be wearing, and yeah, just out of courtesy. UK Rob, man. Missed you. It's been a minute. Oh, that's Sean. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the UK Rob.
What's up, Rob? Oh, yeah, our boy.
Yeah.
Rob, big Rob.
Yeah. Over in the UK.
That's right.
Holding it down for
FightHype England.
yeah, Rob Hearn. We should get him on the cover some UK fights.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you.
We need that Rob Hearn.
Seriously, mate. It's one of the best in the world.
Damn, I wonder if this music's bleeding, man. I'll probably grab your. Hold on.
I feel like these two might stand.
Yeah.
So I'll sit there.
Anybody sitting right here?
They all left.
Okay, that sounds good. Sorry, it took me a minute to read and reply to that. I gotta see your new fighting game skills, man.
Mike.
It's just as good as last time.
Hey, listen. There's a big difference between this brother and Ugas Pacquiao. Oh my God.
Was it blazing hot?
Hottish.
Yeah, I figured.
It's one of the hottest days of the month.
Now, the sun has been in the building like it is. When I first got it, the sun was big. I don't know what you said over there.
I have no idea if they're going face to face. They didn't do a face-to-face for Ugas and Pacquiao. Did they?
They did. I don't think they're going to do it with Tyson and Deontay, though, because they don't want something to pop off.
I mean, who knows, but, you know.
I think they said Wilder's coming first, and then Fury comes a half hour later. I don't think they're coming at the same time.
Yeah, on the schedule, yeah.
That's Tony Harris?
No, that's not.
No. Kind of looked like him, though.
I know. I just saw Tony. I did an interview with Tony like a month ago. 10 years ago.
Yeah. He was hilarious.
Yeah, he needs to go up. No, it's like this month old.
He'll be there.
Yeah, no, it's funny.
He's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Champ is here.
Yeah, I went to gym. You said what?
Who's podcasting? I was on the phone.
Oh,
No. Someone was podcasting. I was on the phone. Right?
Oh, I edited Ken and Mike.
Oh, that was them?
Yeah.
Back home.
Yeah, I edit theirs.
That's right.
Yeah, we low key on that side.
Right. I love you.
Ken says he wants to get some food and like meet up this week.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
So,
Tonight, later.
sometime this week, he says if you see him, like he wants us to run up to him.
Okay.
I haven't seen Ken since I think Atlanta for a Javante fight.
Right.
That's the last. No, New York. I think that's the last time I saw Ken was in Barclays Center.
I hung out with him in Texas for trouble. Oh, yeah?
But they don't fight that fight now. They got post. I didn't know the fight he did postpone. Not one, not two, not 4 times.
1-2, 1-2.
Take that fight on it. That's just a rumor, right? I thought they made it. That means that's take fight below. You think take fight below 120. I like it. That's all he got.
I think they're similar. That's all.
Mario's
All right, Rob. Catch you around, Rob. Message me later.
I was the other way around. They both got bazookas. They both got bazookas. TFC was the biggest fighter. And Mario should have. He told him, you watch the 11th round, always tell him what the fuck he was doing. First tell him, Mario, what he did not do. And he didn't do it. He said, don't get in the exchange. That was good ass corner. He told him what not to do. He just did it. Now, what's not to MGM?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I like that.
I bet you Canelo kept that. I bet that's Canelo. Come on now. They laid announcing the fight for a month and a half because of one man. Yeah, because of Canelo. Canelo's like, I'm the ultimate anytime. That was
Hey, there's the next champ right there. What's up, Dylan? It's the next champ right there. I'm an Asa. What's up, brother?
That's a
good kid, man. Yeah, I like this Canelo, but Canelo's ego's on the 15. That's getting real now. He says ego's on the 15. He's gonna let you know he's the ultimate ace. Right.
Hot mics. You're good. You can talk boxing. Just letting you know. No, this is boxing talk. Yeah.
I just watch them people up and down. They take rappers during the day. And then we had a rapper that got killed in November. And then like, you were telling me them. Both days.
I got respect for I can respect.
Yeah, because people call us band but only for fights. Right.
Really?
Because when they're winning, they want everybody to be there. They don't talk about the fight. They talk about last year. They talk about the like, oh, they're sorry, I'm going to go get it. They're like, you'll get it, but you go first.
I'm still going to talk right. It's like going to see the Yankees. Like, you're still going to have to pay.
They want to say it's $4 bill for a beach.
No, Yankees tickets, that's like down payment on home.
Right. They're terrible.
Cowboys hit the tickets like that. You have to buy the seat. You have to buy the seat.
I've been to the whole thing right here.
You have to buy the seat.
Somebody sit right here?
It's 11.
I don't know, maybe somebody bag.
No. You're good. You're good, Tyler.
Hey, look, man, dude.
What's up, man? Let's go with it.
Y'all got shit in your shit.
Who you get here? No. You got Yankees? Yankees?
No, I met him and Frankie.
I'm trying to come out that way by you. Fight.
Yeah, it is.
Is he gonna talk this time? Yeah, it's about the press conference. No, we was like,
I saw that shit.
man, I was out there.
See your boy Fred of all people get the interview. That shit was funny too. It's like, it's just trolling us. Yeah, I think it's trolling the people. It's like, of all
I saw your fight. He's doing everything.
Hello, Las Vegas. What is going on? It is great to be here for Fight Week as we officially start Fury Wilder #3 this Saturday, right behind me at T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. I'm Ray Flores, Premier Boxing Champions and TGB Promotions, and alongside from Top Rank Boxing, the lovely and the super talented Christina Poncher.
Thank you. Your check is in the mail. Thank you for that introduction, Ray. We're super excited for all of you that were lucky enough to be able to join us here live, and all the media. Thank you for coming out so early in the week. Ray and I are going to get a chance to talk to both Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury here at the Grand Arrivals, and then open it up to questions for the media that is here in attendance.
And I see a lot of media from all over the world, so before we go ahead and continue, I want to thank the media for joining us wherever you may be coming. I see media from overseas, from all over the United States, and also the fans. Most importantly, if you're a fan, you're excited for Wilder Fury #3, make some noise, Las Vegas!
If you are lucky enough to be in Las Vegas or you're on your way here, there are still some select tickets available to join us right behind us at the T-Mobile Arena on Saturday night. We can watch us live on pay-per-view.
Yes, and if you're watching on the social media pages of PBC or Top Rank Boxing, it's very easy. All you have to do is order on pay-per-view, and you got a variety of options to do so. ESPN Plus pay-per-view or also Fox Sports pay-per-view. Either one of them is sufficient, but make sure you check out the fights. Christina, an all-heavyweight pay-per-view.
That's right. 4 fights on the pay-per-view. I believe we have 8 or 9 total on the night. The early prelims will be streamed on PBC and Top Rank's digital platforms. A couple good fights on Fox TV and ESPN TV. And then the 4-fight heavyweight pay-per-view. Let's do this, man.
And now let's just meet the fighters as they're ready to go. We were told that they're all set and ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Now we want to bring to the stage. This man has a record of 42 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 41 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the Olympic bronze medalist representing Tuscaloosa, Alabama, with a knockout percentage of over 93%. Here is the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. It is great to see the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder, in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze bomber himself, as he takes on Tyson Fury this Saturday night. Deontay, it is great to see you. We've seen the videos, we've seen the photos. You look in the best shape of your life. How are you feeling as you head into Saturday night's colossal matchup?
I feel great. I mean, I feel amazing. You know, like I said before, we done broke ourselves down. I'm rejuvenated, reinvented, and I'm ready to go. Saturday night is it's going to be a special night. I think the fans are in for a treat, as they always are when the bronze bomber step in the ring.
How much did you miss this atmosphere? Because every time you fight, it's an electric atmosphere, it's wild, it's crazy, and you provide fireworks without a doubt. How much did you miss this?
I missed it a lot, but I think the time that we had off, you know, I think it was well needed as well. You know, to get the body back right, you know, to spend a little bit more time with the family. The world went through something that we're all still going through together, and I think that was time we all needed with the family as well. You know, we worked so hard. You know, so many of us are always busy around the world, and you know, I think a lot of these things was well needed. You know, and here we are back again. You know, God has given us ability to come here again and do it one more time. You know, and it's nothing like boxing and having the fans in boxing. You know, some of the best fans in the world.
Your first fight with Tyson Fury was December of 2018. This is nearly a 3-year process of when you guys have been fighting against one another and dealing with promotional entities, et cetera, and all the contract negotiations. How excited are you to finally close the chapter on this book in the sense that both you and him will move on after Saturday night?
Oh my God, it's been a long time coming, and I can't wait. It's going to be a special moment for me to get back in there and to show the people to reintroduce myself to the world, to show the people what I'm all about. I'm very excited. Every time it's the week of the fight, it's always the time where we're like, it's the hardest time because we have to wait. Sometimes we get confused what day of the week it is. We're always rushing ahead of the day. I'm like, it's just still Tuesday, or it's just still this and that. But it's gonna be great, man. I'm looking forward to the night. I'm looking forward to the fans and the electrifying, the electricity that's gonna be in the arena. All that I miss and coming out, seeing all my fans and on this one special night.
Part of that reintroduction is your new trainer, Malik Scott. I've known you for a long time, and I feel like this is the best spiritually and mentally that I've ever seen you over the course of over your 10 years as a prize fighter. Do you believe in that sentiment?
Most definitely. That's 100% correct. One thing about it, Ray, I have all my brothers around me. It's something that I never had before. They would come and go. This point in time, they all is with me. They've been with me from day one, from ever since the last album to now, nonstop. We've been all together. And it's just been beautiful. When I tell people about that 4-letter word of love, we have that in this camp. And it's no other place or better place to be than around people that really, really loves you and that has your back, and they can look in your face and they say they love you and really, really mean it. Because there's a lot of people that say they love you, but they don't mean it. But when when I have certain people around me and they tell me that, I don't have to worry. I have no doubts. And it's been a blessing to have so many amazing men around me, amazing women around me, and family all together. And that's what makes this moment even more special, because it's not for me, it's for everyone.
What does 2-time heavyweight champion of the world mean to you?
Man, I think I can say a lot right now, but I think once it happens, I'm gonna have a different feeling. So I'm waiting on that feeling to see what it really gonna mean and what I'm really gonna feel. I'm an energy being, so I always react off of my energy of things. So once I receive that and have my hand raised in the sky, and they say 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, I can tell you after.
My last question, I know you're big on visualization. I know you're big on manifesting things. On Saturday night, how you see the fight playing out with you and Tyson Fury in your third fight on pay-per-view?
I see me beating them up and then knocking them out. Many things that I visualized in the first fight, along with the second. And I didn't execute game plan. But this time around, it's just a different feeling. All the way around. Just all the surrounding around me, the atmosphere. Just the energy as a whole. And I'm looking forward to putting on a great performance come October the 9th, and those that's going to be in the arena, they're going to feel the electricity that's in there, and those that can't make it, don't be afraid to click that button on Fox pay-per-view, baby. You don't want to miss it.
You better do it now, so says the Bronze Bomber. Now we're going to open up questions from the media real quick, Deontay. We got a couple of media members who have questions. If we go ahead, and by all means, go ahead and speak. Keith Heidig, go ahead.
Deontay, how you doing? How difficult of a decision was it for you to change trainers, being that Jay had been your head guy for so long? And can you tell us what went into that decision for you?
It wasn't a difficult situation at all. I changed trainers soon after the fight. That's how easy it was. And, the people that I have on my team, like I said, is filled with love. So we don't step on each other's toes. And if it's certain decision making that needs to be made, we're all game players. We're able to scramble around. And what works for us, we allow it to work for us. And so it wasn't no egos. We don't have big egos in our camp. And that's a special thing about my camp and about my brotherhood that I have with my guys. That what don't fit with one person may fit with the other, and we still work together. If we disagree on something, within that same day we'll agree on it. We'll come around, we'll make it work. And what makes us so special.
More questions? We have questions out front. Andres?
Deontay, working with Malik Scott, is it about reinvention or is it about refining the tools that you already have? So what I'm asking is, we're going to see a different version of you or just a better and more improved version of Deontay Wilder?
That's I've always said I'm reinvented, I'm rejuvenated. The thing about Malik, he can. It's like I've been saying, it's nothing that he really taught me. It's something that is mostly what he can bring out of me that I've already had. Something that I can do on a consistent basis. They say practice make perfect, and practice make permanent. So that's what we've been doing throughout this whole camps, and every time the fight been delayed, we had no problems. We sat back, we still smiled, we still prayed together, ate together, and did everything together as a family. So, over the time that allowed us to even more come closer together and work on the game plan that lies at hand. And here we are, October the 9th. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Got another question out here in front?
Hey, champ, it's Timmy Witherspoon. How you doing?
Doing well.
Okay. I just wanted to ask you, do you think you have enough experience to fire and try to get a new trainer? I know you were searching for skills and try to make yourself better. Do you think like the management or somebody else should assist you in trying to find somebody that can help you? I know you knew Malik. He was your sparring partner, right?
He's
not really.
Nah.
Okay, but I'm just saying, do you think you had enough experience to find to get another trainer instead of you maybe needed help to find a trainer?
You're saying you'll ask me, was I knowledgeable enough to find someone to be compatible for me to
because you changed trainers. What I'm trying to say, you changed trainers, so you needed to learn some different skills. So if you had to learn skills, do you think other people should assist you in picking the trainer?
It wasn't nothing I learned. Malik can bring the best out of me. It's what I've already had. We're making it happen on a consistent basis.
Well, Malik's been a part of your team for a long, long time. He's been around and really been instrumental with you as well. So it's not like you just went ahead and said, Malik, come on in, you're my lead trainer. He's been with you for a very long time. And the one thing about it that I think is helping you out is familiarity. He knows you. You guys know each other so well and you click together. And from an outsider's perspective, I'm seeing a chemistry and I'm seeing a love that I think will benefit you as you head into this third fight.
Most definitely. And, the thing about it with trainer and fighter, you need a chemistry. And one thing that we have, we can communicate without speaking, with our mouths. We understand each other. And what we have, a lot of trainers go a lifetime, trying to build with the fighter. And we already have that coming in, so that right there already put us ahead of a lot of things. So, like I said, my favorite saying is, "Once understood, don't have to be explained." And October the 9th, everything will be explained, and many people will understand what I'm saying.
Deontay, thank you so much for your time. Always a pleasure. The Bronze Bomber, ladies and gentlemen, Deontay Wilder, an electric fighter without a doubt, with a knockout percentage of over 93%. As we bring up once again Christina Poncher. And Christina, I'll tell you this, I can't wait for this fight. Oh my goodness, I was a little disappointed, much like the rest of the world, when the fight got postponed from July 23rd to October 9th. But you know what? Patience and absence makes the heart grow fonder, and my heart has grown more fonder for this fight. And now it's on Saturday night on pay-per-view.
I mean, everything that Deontay said, extremely focused. And I think to your point and what he was saying about just building more time and more chemistry with Malik, I mean, I think that the extended time probably was even better for him than had they fought on the original date of July.
Now, you and I don't like to give predictions, but as I'm looking at this fight, both of them have been very entertaining and compelling and certainly put us on a roller coaster of emotions as fight fans. But I think that this third fight is going to be the best out of the entire trilogy.
I mean, I think it's... When we saw Deontay Wilder come out and floor Tyson Fury in that first fight, I mean, you thought at that point it was over. Move on, done deal, right? He gets back up. And then you see in the second fight, twice, excuse me. Then they get back up, and then they have a second fight. And Tyson tells everybody what he's going to do. Most people don't believe him. And he completely takes the fight to Deontay Wilder and ends up stopping him. So, what are we going to see with that? You know, it's up in the air.
My talent and my abilities inside the ring, you know, I have power and my power never diminished in the first week as well. But I'm going to show a little bit more. You know, like I said, I'm going to beat them up and knock them out. It's about work for you. You work for me. They can work on everything. You know, we haven't left no stones unturned.
Deontay.
So many great fighters come back. How do you feel for the legacy if you come back to
What's up? It'll add to a lot of other things that I've done, you know, in my career, that many other people have done, you know. So this is going to be a defining moment for me. This is one of the biggest fights in my career, and I'm looking forward to the moment. That's what I was going for.
Any particular comeback story that inspires you?
What's that?
Any particular comeback story that has inspired you? That have come back from defeat?
My very own is going to be my own story.
Deontay.
What's up, champ?
How much have you rather seen this goal in the underdog with so many people, despite you knocking out 50 people, they all got don't exist because of the last fight? How much are you rather seen this goal being the underdog and people underestimate you despite your resume?
I love being the underdog. A lot of fighters love being the underdog because, you know, when you're an underdog, you have nothing to lose and everything to prove. You know, it's less pressure upon you. And I love being in this position. You know, God don't make mistakes. He allows certain things to happen for a reason. The Bible even tells you to lean not to your own understanding. And that's what I have done. And it's been a great count for me, my team around me, and again, I'm looking forward to October the 9th.
Deontay, you won't take no L's. Do you think by taking a loss, we'll see you reinvented Deontay, the best version of you that we've ever seen before?
Almost definitely.
Deontay.
I guarantee you that.
Deontay, this
says that a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter. On a scale from 0 to 1,000, how dangerous are you right now?
I'm 1,015.
Deontay, this is Dante's Boxing Nation by way of Aki TV, man. It's been a while since you've been in there, and with all the dates being postponed, how do you keep yourself from getting overexcited? Because you really want to get at this guy. So how do you keep from getting overexcited in earlier rounds?
I mean, from getting overexcited, you know, that's, you know, deal with having the people that's around you, you know. You have the people that are able to keep you calm within the storm, you know, and I always talk about my team, and I'll forever talk about my team and the four-letter word that we have under this team, that's love. And that's what kept me throughout this whole time of waiting. And you know, my peace, my calm, you know, my life, you know, my happiness, my joy, everything, you know. They say a family that prays together stays together, and that's what we've done.
Deontay, when you mentioned that.
Most definitely. I like what Uzi said. I heard that he said it. He predicted that I would knock Fury out. He said he had no doubt that he would knock Joshua out, and after that, we want to get straight to it because he's older and he means business. And I feel that he's an honorable man, and I think he will stick to his word because a lot of people get the belt and they start acting funny with it. But with him, I think he's a warrior and he means his word. So I'm looking forward to this because the only way I can be able to retire is our team, one champion, one place, one day.
Damian Lillard picked you to win. Mike Tyson told me he texted you. You great. How do you feel getting support from so many people?
I mean, it's always good. I've always had support from people all around the world, you know, and it hasn't stopped. I'm always getting messages, you know, people, you know, wishing me well, how much they love me, and, you know, so many different things, and that, you know, it means a lot to me. So when I tell my fans that I love them, I mean it, because those that know me know I don't use those that terminology loosely, you know, and I expect the same way as they receive me. So I appreciate everyone that wished me well, that's been praying for me. They say prayer changes things, and I won't let them down for October the 9th.
What was did all that love you got turn into patience that you go use out there that we go get to see this new Deontay?
Most definitely.
Love is patient.
Love is patient. Yes. Another four-letter word is two. Fight.news.
Deontay, from where you're coming from, is this it? Because how you felt about the last fight, if you knock him out this time, is there no fight number 4 as far as you're concerned? This is it.
This is it. This closed the book of me and Fury. This is it. This is it.
It's a victory.
Wilder.
Do you want him to end his career?
I mean, that's up to the man himself. You know, I'm not here to decide on another man's fate, whether he retired or not. That have to be within the man. You know, we all know our body. We know what it's been through. We know our conditioning, and we know what position we hold in life. And you know I have my time when I want to leave, and I got goals to accomplish before I do that, and I'm gonna fulfill that. And then I'm out of here. You know, that's why I want everyone to appreciate us while we're here, because when I'm gone, I'm gone. You know, I'm not money driven, and money is not going to define me. I have great financial people behind me, and I don't have to strap up another glove in the day of my life right now because of my decision making, because of the way I choose to live my life. And I'm proud to say that. But I got things I got to do.
Deontay,
Recognition from the American public for what you get to in this fight. It feels like you have
you know, from that, this is what the defining moment is all about. You know, I know that I will get it at the end of my career, or sadly to say when I die. You know, I'm gonna probably be 150 before I die. But I want it right now. I don't want the same old trend. You know, it ain't enough trendsetters. There's too many trend followers. And the thing has been, people always appreciate great fighters in the end or when they die. And that needs to change, you know. You should appreciate them now, you know. In this sport, there's no such thing as being cocky or overconfident, because it takes a lot to get in that ring, you know. A lot of people that says what this person won't do, this and that, you won't get in that ring, and you know you won't. You know, and so respect those that step their legs over that rope and they throw these hands. You gotta respect a man for doing that, you know. And whether for their bad accomplishments, for their good accomplishments, and that demands respect and just appreciation. That's all we look for is appreciation.
Deontay, Muhammad Ali defended the heavyweight title 10 times on 2 separate occasions. You haven't matched that. Could you see yourself making another run? You know, matching what you did your first championship run. Could you see that for yourself?
Most definitely. I can see me going even further. You know, continuing on my reign as I was doing, and we'll see how far I go. Until then, love, peace, and God bless. And I'll see y'all on Sunday night.
Thank you, Deontay.
Thank you. Did you get you? Thank you.
No bomb squad.
Bomb squad.
Okay. I got too much. Shall I message Chris? Shall I message Chris? Okay. Where are you staying? You're here. Okay. Okay. How hard is he hitting right now?
I'll take another. You gave me one back. Well, I'll just study. Let's go off the fight. Broke it down. Systematic. I've been watching y'all. Systematic. So this time y'all clean it up.
You were saying that you feel you're going to make Fury revert back to what he was doing in the first fight. If you see that, do you feel like that spells the end already?
We gotta get in the fight quicker.
Guys, you know something? I thought about the fight and dreamed about the fight and daydreamed about the fight. Anything he does, Deontay will have an answer. Anything. So we're gonna say he reversed back to the replay. Deontay won't follow him on that. He'll cut him off and chop him down. If he wants to come forward, he'll come forward, and we're gonna make that very uncomfortable for him. Either way, he's fucked.
Do you feel like he walks into something if he walks forward?
For sure.
Are y'all preparing for him to try to be the bully like he did last time?
No, that's what we're praying for. I'm hoping he's trying to be the bully. So we'll see, brother. We'll see y'all later. I gotta go.
All right, Malik. Thank you, Malik. Good to see you, brother.
Man, they ask us some questions about when
fight? Or is Fury going to go back to boxing in the third fight? Is Deontay Wilder going to go ahead and want to just load up those rocket right hands? Because everyone that he's hit has at one point or another tasted the canvas.
Those are the $1 million questions, and if we knew the answer, we'd probably run into the sports book right now and put some money on the fight. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. That's what everybody wants to know. And I mean, last time Tyson told us exactly how it was going to go, exactly what he was going to do.
I thought he was crazy. I mean, I know, I literally thought, like, there's no way that's happening, and he went out and did it.
That's right, and he says he's going to do the same thing this time, but earlier than round 7.
But also, the fact that I have been around Deontay Wilder a long time, and this is the best I've seen him in all aspects of his game. I mean, this is a very sharp and determined and mightily focused Deontay Wilder. I mean, he's from there in Alabama. He's known as the Bronze Bomber because he's following that of Joe Louis. And can you imagine if he can go out there and gain this victory over Tyson Fury? This is a legacy fight for both guys.
So Wilder wins. You personally, done? You don't want to see anymore. You're good with a draw and each guy having a win.
I mean, I'll let the matchmakers handle that because I love watching both guys fight. If the fans want it, then by all means. But I know fans want to see unification. And Usyk just picked up a win over Anthony Joshua. You know that guy, Usyk, is watching this fight very intently to see. Not only is it a question of who's going to win on Saturday, but I think more the operative word is how they're going to win on Saturday.
I think either way. I mean, from what we've heard from both guys, even Deontay saying it up here. I think that they're ready, no matter who wins, to move on and to unify the title. So, as you mentioned, I'm sure Alexander Usyk will be watching very closely, just as both of these guys were watching that fight. I'm sure against Anthony Joshua as well.
And I know that both guys have disdain for one another, Wilder and Fury, but the one thing I do know is that Fury has said about Deontay, he goes, listen, he's the best heavyweight in the world. And Deontay Wilder he goes, listen, the talk about Joshua and Usyk, whatever, I'm focused on Tyson Fury. Both men realize, I think they can bring the best out of each other. That's why we've seen such compelling fights between these two.
100%. I mean, if you watch Fury fight Otto Wallin or Schwartz, you kind of were like, this is the guy? Some people had some questions after the performance. Don't get me wrong. Both of the fights dominated, dealt with all of that. Shout out to Jorge Capapillo for coming through in that fight for Tyson. But look, the stakes are raised, like you said, when both guys know what's at stake, what's at hand. The biggest pay-per-view, the trilogy. Undoubtedly, you'll see the very best Deontay Wilder and the very best Tyson Fury on Saturday night. I have no doubt about that.
Well, and also tomorrow we're going to have the final press conference, and when you're around somebody that is trying to beat you and take food off your family's table, you know that they're kind of like, all right, I'm at my wit's end with this guy. I've been seeing him around for the past several years. They took one fight in between, and then they had that rematch. But other than that, with the exception of that fight with Wallin that Tyson Fury had here at T-Mobile, the fact that Wilder had the knockout win over Dominic Brazil, for the past 3 years, it's pretty much been the other man. For Wilder, it's been Fury. For Fury, it's been Wilder. You know that finally they're going to say, okay, I don't got to deal with this guy anymore.
100%. I think that's why both of them pretty much are confident that they're going to go in there and knock each other out. I mean, you have talked to many fighters, as have I, that say that they don't want to predict a knockout. That they say, I never want to predict a knockout. We'll see how it goes on Saturday. These guys have not shied away from that whatsoever in this promotion or the promotion.
Well, now, Christina, we want to bring up the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, ladies and gentlemen. He's undefeated, possessing a record of 30 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 21 wins coming by way of knockout. The lineal heavyweight champion of the world once again making the ring walk here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas as he defends his championship against Deontay Wilder. Here is the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
Let's go, champ.
Christina, it's all you.
Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.
Mikey, how are you? What's up, Tyson? How are you?
Good. Are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thanks for joining us here today. Finally, Fight Week. God, I feel like it's been forever to get to this point.
20 months in the making, so we're all glad we're here, and it's glad I brought a good British weather with me. Nice and cold for Las Vegas.
You You actually have a shirt on, a vest on though this time. Now look, Deontay was up here earlier. Malik Scott, focused, ready to go. I know you don't pay attention to social media, you don't pay attention to what has been said, but he was asked about if he was going to be a more refined or a brand new Deontay Wilder, and he feels like it's going to be the reintroduction of him. Do you really, really feel that there's anything new in this amount of time that has passed that the world could see from him?
I think you could go to college and get a master's degree in nearly 2 years. So for a boxer to change his style, it's very easy to do. But no matter what Deontay Wilder does, I'm still going to knock him the fuck out.
Let's go.
In how many rounds, Tyson?
Quick time, quick fashion.
Let's go.
So get your beers and get in your seat, fight.
Like my trainer Sugar Hill says, we'll just bang and get it over with.
Now, let's talk about Sugar for a minute. You've had extended time now to prepare and work with him. How good was it for you guys to have a little bit, albeit because of COVID, once you were back in the gym, to just work on that rapport even more and on that power, like he said?
Yeah, it's been good, you know. We've had such a long time in the gym together. We've been on holiday, gone out. We've done so much stuff, Christine. It's been unbelievable. We chilled out in Vegas for quite a few months. We've been training the full time. Not had the fights, unfortunately, but COVID fucked up the world, so.
What do you make of everything, although you don't pay attention to it, you've been asked about it time and time again, about basically him not accepting the loss and there being a handful of other reasons about why you couldn't possibly won that fight. What do you say and what do you think about that mental fortitude to not actually accept what happened in the last fight?
It just shows you that I'm living in Wilder's mind rent-free the whole time, 2 years. Every time he looks in the mirror, he sees Tyson Fury. Every time he goes to bed, before he closes his eyes at night, he sees the Gypsy King. And everything he wakes up and thinks about in the morning, he thinks of Tyson Fury. Even when he goes to sleep at night with his missus, he's thinking of Tyson Fury. You know, it's crazy. It must be crazy to be obsessed with a man like me. So much in his life that... Crazy. It's just crazy. But, you know, I've not really made too much of what he says, because this time I'm going to put a knuckle duster on each hand and then I'm going to go into the fight. I might even put double knuckle duster.
A couple egg weights extra.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe I even bring like a steel baseball bat into the ring, maybe in my trousers or something, who knows. Can't tell with the Gypsy King. I'm magic, I'm like Houdini.
Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.
Yeah. Much of you said that this is not round 1 of the 3rd fight, but instead round 20. For those people that were under a rock or have not watched either of the 2 fights or are still even on the fence about coming out to Las Vegas and joining us, what can they expect from the Gypsy King in round 20 of this 3rd fight?
We're just going to get straight on the front foot, straight at him, and start trading straight away from round 1. You know, Wilder's the biggest puncher in the history of our sport. But I've got the biggest balls in the history of our sport, as I've proved many, many times. It's going to be exciting, you know. Wilder's a dynamite puncher, and, you know, as we've seen over the last few months, we've seen the heavyweight landscape change so much. But I'm still on form, I'm still doing what I've got to do, and I'm the only undefeated world heavyweight champion left. The only one standing. Crazy.
I remember speaking to, this is a little bit of a throwback, but Andy Lee after he fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. And he said, when I hit Chavez Jr. with the hardest punch that I could hit him with, and he took it on the chin and continued to come forward, I was mentally broken in that fight. I knew from that point on, it was over. You took 2 huge right hands from Deontay Wilder in the second fight. He floored you twice in the first fight, and you got back up. What does that do to a fighter mentally when you know you've taken pretty much everything he's had to offer and still won the fight?
You know, I've never experienced it because I've never actually, someone's never done that to me. But Wilder's still thinking about what happened in 2018. How the fuck did he get up in round 12 after being knocked out? It's like you hit a guy with your best shot, you knock him out, he gets back up, gets back into you, and then does exactly what he says he's going to do in the rematch, and takes me out, you know. So there's not much I can say. I'm not here to slate Deontay Wilder. He is what he is.
Oh, now.
Honestly, I think the guy's a real piece of shit. He's a real piece of work, and nobody or nothing will ever change my mind. When we was first going to fight, I thought he was a decent man, like a family man, you know, doing it for his kids and all that. But now I know he's a real piece of garbage, piece of rubbish. And I'm going to knock him spark out on Saturday night. And I cannot wait to get him in that ring and give him a good hiding, for sure. I might even take it slow with him. I might take it slow and punish him, make him say no mas.
Okay, a little no mas in there. All right, we're going to open it up for the fans, actually for the media to ask some questions. I know, come over here. Shall we dance, Tyson? I would love to dance. You say. All right, we're gonna go. Gareth has a question right here. Go ahead, Gareth.
Tyson, do you have to be at least a little cautious that he may have improved in the last 20 months under Malik Scott and Don House?
I'm really hoping he's improved because I'm here for a fight and I want a challenge. I didn't come all over America and be undefeated for 13 years not to get a challenge, Gareth. You know me. Harder the challenge, the better I fight. So hopefully he comes and I hope he's 50-60% better than he was last year or the year before. Because I know I've got better and I don't need to get better because there's an old saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So we'll see, but I believe I've improved 30-40% than I was before. So if he hasn't, then he's in for a real beating, for sure.
And finally, you have a home here, you're licensed here. He's American, but do you feel like the home fighter?
For sure, this is Las Vegas. I was built and born for this. Las Vegas is the home of the Gypsy King, for sure.
I mean, look at the outfit. Is he not? Is he not ready for Las Vegas? All right, next question. Right over here.
Tyson, do you feel that this is a do or die fight for Deontay? A win and his career is done?
When I beat him this time, his career is over. Just like if AJ loses again to Usyk, his career is over too. So, yeah, he really needs a win, but he ain't getting it, that's for sure.
Tyson, what weight are you planning on coming in at, and what advantage do you expect that to give you?
I'm going to come in at heavyweight, and, you know, what do you think, Christina?
Like 270-ish, maybe?
No, you didn't say that before.
265 is what I said. It's all a guess.
Yeah, it was a good guess. It was a good guess. But listen, it doesn't really matter what weight heavyweight comes in at. Whether he comes in at 210 pounds or he comes in at 310, it's really unimportant, you know. I recently watched a documentary on the great Sonny Liston, and they said he was the first of the real big men. He weighed 215 pounds and he was 6'1". So anybody can knock anybody out in any size. A little man can knock out a big man, as we've seen with David and Goliath all of years ago. So it's not really the size of the man, it's the fight within the individual, that's for sure.
All right, I think that's it. Thank you, Tyson, for your time. We really appreciate it.
That was quick.
That's it. Well, I'm sure they're gonna follow you back over here and ask you some more. Give it up for the Gypsy King. You're so welcome. The Gypsy King, your undefeated lineal and WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury. Let's bring Ray Flores back up here to wrap this up. Woo!
Well, that's a very focused Tyson Fury.
Fighting words from both sides.
And I think that you talked about the respect from Tyson towards Deontay. I think that's been dispelled in the sense of what he said. He's respectful. I mean, obviously, there is no love lost between the two.
Nope, at the end of the day, it's mutual on both sides, and it just makes for, you know, an even more exciting build-up, and then finally on Saturday night, FightHype.
And also, you know, we have, you know, the president, the CEO of Top Rank, the legendary promoter Bob Arum. He said this several times. This is boxing. They don't have to like each other, right, Bob? It's okay if they don't like each other. Let them settle it in the ring.
You got the accent,
you know, like, come on, this is boxing. I can't wait. Listen, we're just starting Fight Week here in Las Vegas tomorrow. You wanted to into the press conference. They haven't been on the same stage with each other since June, right?
Since we hosted the press conference in Los Angeles, before the fight got postponed, so they will be face-to-face. There will be a face-off, and you won't want to miss it tomorrow.
And then Thursday, the undercard presses, because this undercard is loaded. Credit to all the matchmakers and promotional entities of PBC, Top Rank, Promotions for making a sick undercard. Friday, the weigh-in. Saturday, fight that we can go before 2 o'clock. You got to cover all week long.
Tyson, obviously, you know, you said you're going to run over him again. But does Deontay have an advantage in that? He wants this get back so bad. This is another fight to you. you know, is that an advantage or?
Yeah, it's another fight to me. They're all fights. They're all important. I don't want to lose. He don't want to lose. It's for a good chance to fight.
How would you compare? Is this Tyson Fury better than last February?
I hope so.
Was this man as good as the last one?
Tyson, how's the recovery? How was the recovery from you from COVID? Obviously, that's what.
If you go back to boxing, are you going to be able to do it as effective with this weight on you, Tyson?
Sorry?
With the extra weight on you, if you have to revert back to boxing on the back foot.
Look at me, I'm in fantastic shape. I'm ready to go for 15 rounds.
Hey, Tyson, do you feel like this extra time that we passed, do you feel like it benefits him to get better and whatever?
It doesn't really matter how good they want to come in. It's really unimportant to me.
But he had a lot of time to work on. He had a lot of time to work on any weakness.
Yeah, they had a lot of time, but he's had however long he's been a pro, 13 years, and he still can't beat me. So you know, what's another few months gonna do?
Tyson, we just spoke to Deontay. He said he wins Saturday. He said that there would be no fourth fight. Any thoughts on that, or is there no concern on you?
There won't be a fourth fight because I'll nail him quick, and then I'm on to the next doctor, whoever that may be.
What were your thoughts on AJ and Usyk, right? Because obviously you want to be undisputed champion. Usyk knocked off the other Brit and AJ, and that was the big fight everybody wanted. Yourself and AJ, what were your thoughts on that?
Oh, heavyweight boxing's heavyweight boxing. Anybody can win these fights. It was what it was. AJ did his thing, and Usyk was the better man on the night. That's all she wrote.
You did take the right hand in the first round last time. And do you feel like that's not true? Everyone says he just needs to land one. Is that not true?
I don't think it's very true. He landed his best punches on me in the first fight and got back up like comfortable.
Now you say you Houdini. Do you come up with any new tricks?
If he is 50 or 60% better, is this the most competitive fight yet?
I don't see it as a competitive fight. I'm going to run him over. Tyson,
Saturday, about finishing him or just getting your hand raised? Or you got to finish him when you feel really satisfied?
He's going to get finished. He'll get finished. Don't worry about that. He'll get finished. For sure.
How's Billy Joe doing? The confidence that you built up so fast.
You know what I can do? I've been training hard. I put all the work in, and I'm prepared. I'm ready. These are all my fans, all of them. On Saturday night, that'll be full of my fans.
Hey, Tyson. Tyson.
It doesn't really matter, my friend. You know, fight dates change. It's happened to me loads of times in boxing. This is not the first time that I've had 2 years out of the ring. I've had many, many long spells out of the ring. Well, this is something new for Deontay Wilder. He's never had any time out of the ring before.
Tyson. Tyson.
Are you going to be happy with this? After all that you all been through and everything?
I'll be happy. I'm happy now. I'm really happy. Every day that God gives me, I'm very happy.
Tyson. Tyson.
Who's the best heavyweight? Or do you consider who's the best heavyweight? Who wins out of the
I'm already the best heavyweight. Doesn't matter.
Tyson.
I know your father, he was a little worried back in July about camp. Did he give you like a great pep talk once you got back home? And
not really. I got back home, took a month off, hit the pub, hit the drink for a while, you know, as I always do. And then got back in training about 3 weeks ago. And here we are, back in Vegas, about to smash another big dusty.
Tyson, there's been like images searching, like about his new outfit. I don't know if it's real or not. Have you seen it? And do you have any thoughts about?
I don't look at all the stuff like that. Do you know what? I've never been on social media for like 2 months now.
Oh, really?
Because I've got to concentrate on boxing rather than people's opinions.
How do you keep from being overconfident?
I don't. I've always been a confident character, and that's it. Boxing's a confidence game. If you're not 100% confident you're going to win, you shouldn't be in this game, that's for sure.
Tyson, do you see, I see a lot of trainers talking about Wilder's body work that he's working on with the league and the videos and pay-per-views. Do you see that as possible an opportunity? He's a tall guy that now is the head of the open.
You know, people, when you're 6'9", people always want to try and chop that tree down to the body, but when you're a fat fucker like me, it just bounces off. It's like hitting a tire with a hammer, ping. It bounces off me. But it's like flubber. You throw something at it, it just pings off. It doesn't matter. Body punches don't matter. But what body punches will do for Deontay Wilder is getting knocked out.
Tyson, as you being so confident as you is right now, win, lose, or draw, you still hold your confidence high as you still do, right? Who got more to lose if if the fight went to a draw? If neither one won? If they just said neither one of y'all won?
Well, it won't go for a draw, but let's just say it does, then it is what it is. What God's will be, what God's will be. We're only men, can only train, eat, sleep, repeat, do our best in the ring. And it's all fate. Whatever's meant for you in history will happen. And if it's not meant for you in history, then you're not going to do it. That's all she wrote.
Tyson, I take that.
Can you predict a round?
I can't even answer nothing back on that. That's
I
real.
want to knock him out, bro. I don't know if I want to do it in 2 rounds.
Tyson.
Tyson, what did he say? What? I don't know where one's with metal in them. Metal! Metal jam!
Hey, Tyson. Tyson.
Fourth? No, I'm going to knock him out this time. It's going to be over for him. Retirement job.
So you're saying you're not affected by the new things he have learned or anything like that? You're not even worried about it?
Not interested. It's not about what they do. It's about what I do.
Hey, Tyson, for the press conference, you expect Wilder to actually talk during this one, or you think he's not going to talk?
It's not really my concern if he talks, dances, sings, runs, jumps, whatever he wants to do. I don't really care. It doesn't make much difference to me anyway.
Hey guys, no more Tyson. I'm right here.
How you feel about the fight?
boxing, obviously, and his insights about the fight, very, very good.
Wait, you said he wanted to fight. He wants to go up to 175 and fight your fighter Arthur. Are you
Well,
gonna make
we
that
never
happen?
discussed that, but if he wants to do that, and I talked to Arthur Beterbiev, I talked to him, he's very happy to accommodate. So it's up to Canelo, but believe me, I never talked to him.
Bob, can we just put some words on? Do you have a hand in Manny's career about it ending officially?
Yeah, I think, you know, it was one of the great experiences of my career promoting Manny Pacquiao and his fights. I was with him for about 15 years, something like that. He's a wonderful, wonderful human being. And more than that, I think he'll be a great president of the Philippines because he's honest, he has integrity, and he cares for the people. I mean, the people, if they don't elect him president, it'll be their loss. He should be president of the Philippines.
Bob, quick question.
If Canelo wins,
you can't people not be able to come over here. How's that going to affect y'all bottom line? We know this is business for y'all.
No, that's not business. There's the point where somebody is your friend and is doing something that is extraordinary, running for president of his country, and I would certainly support him, but I really believe
you can't people not be able to come. How that's going to affect the bottom line? You can't people not be able to come in and watch the fight. How's that going to affect your bottom line on Saturday night with attendance and all that stuff?
Well, I mean, let me tell you something. I've been after the government to lift the travel ban against Brits and Europeans, and finally they did. But despite me, they lifted it starting November, so it don't help me.
Bob, real quick question. I know everybody want to know this question, but GMT in the red corner box. How you feel about this fiasco going on with Teofimo Lopez and Cambosis? How this just blew up like that?
Let me tell you something. It is really a disservice to boxing.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Teofimo and Cambosa saw all of this money, and they were happy when the first bid came in. But you have a company in Trilla that didn't know anything about promoting boxing. And it was sort of, I think, a fly-by-night outfit. And I am going to lobby all of these organizations to allow, the only promoters to allow on a first bid are promoters who have done at least one championship fight in that organization.
Yes, sir.
So at least they have some basis for what to do and what the rules are and so forth. And you know, that's not to cut down bidding. I mean, a lot of companies have done at least one fight, and they can bid. But if they just come out of nowhere, put a couple of dollars down, say they're promoters, and then put a bid in, you get what you got with this whole thing with Lopez and Campbell.
Hey Bob, I think you called it the Usyk beating Joshua. I wanted to
What?
No, I believe you called Usyk beating Joshua. I just want to get your reaction to the.
Well, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, I'm a big friend of Usyk's because of Lomachenko, and I've spent a lot of time with Usyk, who's an extraordinarily intelligent guy, very funny, terrific guy. But I also know that he is a master technician, the same way Lomachenko is, and they've been taught by Lomachenko's father. And so I wasn't surprised at all that he did the number he did on Joshua. And if they fight again, the same thing's going to happen.
How's that fight look if it's Fury and Usyk, Bob? How does the fight go with Tyson and Usyk?
Well, again, Tyson, unlike a lot of the big heavyweights, Tyson knows how to box. And that will take away some of Usyk's advantage. However, Usyk really is such a good boxer, and he's a southpaw, and a lot of these heavyweights don't have the great confidence when they fight a southpaw.
Well, we saw Tyson have some problems with Wallet last year.
You saw that, right? Exactly.
Right.
I mean, that's why, Eddie Hearn is doing that fight with Dylan White and Wallen the end of the month, and he thinks it's a cakewalk. Wallen's going to win the fight. I mean, easy. He's going to win the fight.
How's the fight going to go down? What round is he going to knock him out?
I don't know, but I know that Tyson's going to go out to put a... Listen, if you're a smart guy like Tyson, you don't sit around. The mistake he made the first fight, you stay around. You're staying around in the ring with a guy that has a gun that can shoot you at any time and knock you out and devastate. Wilder has a gun with him all the time. I don't mean a gun being
the right hand's a bazooka.
Yeah, right. And if you stay around long enough, he can land that punch, and it's a devastating punch. So what do? You try to get him out early and beat him down so he can't shoot you with the gun.
Hey Bob, Crawford and Porter, can you just promote that real quick? The big old.
Yeah, Crawford and Porter. That's a terrific fight. It's almost sold out. I mean, it's a real fight. I think Crawford is a sensational fighter, as he's proved. But nobody that he's faced will have put pressure on him the way Porter can. So it's a terrific fight, and it could really go either way. But it's a fight if you have any kind of interest in boxing, it's a fight you want to see.
Yes, sir. You think the winner could get Josh Taylor at 147?
What? Yeah. Look, Terrence is a free agent. What we've done, and that we've hurt the sport, is sign these long-term contracts with the fighters. Throughout the great years in boxing, Hagler, Hearns, Leonard, Duran, it was one fight by one fight. So obviously, if Terrence wins the fight, then, and I can come up with a good second act for him, he's going to sign for that second act. If I don't, some other promoter does, he'll sign with that other promoter. That's the way it should be.
So if Fury wins, what's next for him? If Fury wins, what's next for him?
Well, again, the truth is that we have punted all of the talk about the next fight with Fury until afterwards. So I haven't kind of argued
Bob,
until I talk to Fury. What good does it mean what I want to do, because it's what the fighter wants to do. And what he wants to do, I'll have to talk to him after the fight.
Bob, last one. What improvements?
No, very easy, because we've established a good relationship with BBC. They're good guys, and we made a deal that everybody liked. BBC, ourselves, Porter, and Crawford. So the fighters are making a lot of money, and there'll be a lot of money to divide up with the fighters.
And Bob, last one. What do you expect?
Situation and the push.
Well, I think I got carried away. That's no good. But that's another good fight. I mean, Plant is not easy. Plant's a good fighter. I mean, Canelo, I think, is great. But that is a really interesting fight to watch.
Did you take anything from that presser, that confrontation?
That's bullshit. It just got carried.
And lastly, what improvements, if any, do you expect from Deontay? I know you think Tyson's going to win, but what do you expect from Wilder Saturday?
I have absolutely no idea.
All right, guys, let me get a question in.
I think Teofimo hopefully will get that Cambosa fight on. I think the second bid was Eddie Hearns' Matchroom, and I talked to Eddie, and Eddie said he wants to promote that, do that fight. Good, we'll get that fight, and then I'll move Teofimo up to 140, and we have Josh Taylor out there, and a lot of great 140-pound fights.
So Oscar Valdez is guaranteed to fight the winner, Jamel Harris, Shakur Stevenson?
Nobody is guaranteed anything. After the fight, if whoever wins the fight, Shakur or Jamal Herring, I'll sit down with them and see if they want to do the fight. But there's no guarantee in this business, and nor would I guarantee anything. I mean, Valdez mentioned that he wants to fight the winner. Great. I know Shakur, if he wins, wants to fight Valdez. But there's money involved, and we got to see if we can make that fight.
What was your thoughts on him failing the test?
It was total bullshit. Let me tell you something. The boxing commissions all over this country follow WADA. WADA is the World Anti-Doping Agency. And under the rules of WADA, the stuff that was found in Valdez's system, whatever, is okay. You're allowed to take it except in competition. You can't take it the day before, you can't take it when you fight. It's like marijuana. You can take marijuana before, you can smoke a joint, but you can't smoke it the day of the fight, the day before. That's the rule. This substance is the same as marijuana. I mean, same as marijuana as far as on the mix. Now, VADA looks just at the substance. So if you have marijuana in your system, they will report it. If you had this, they will report it. That doesn't mean you disqualify the fighter because, it's different. Let's be honest about it. If this was a drug, a performance-enhancing drug that you are not allowed to take in training, at the fight, anytime, okay, then he should have been disqualified. But it isn't. And you got rules. And the Boxing Commission, Association of Boxing, says people follow WADA. So how can you disqualify Valdez because he didn't do anything wrong?
Robson didn't get his rematch? Who? Robson. The Brazilian. They lost.
Why would he get a rematch?
Everyone's mad. They're saying that he won.
They're very close fight.
I didn't. Listen, I'm not. He's my fighter also. Ropes and Wisconsin. He's my fighter also. I gave him the first 5 rounds, and then he started fucking and clowning around, and he lost the last.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. Bob, real quick question. What you got in the future for FA Ajak and Jared? What you have in your future? I'm sorry, Bob. What you got in your future for FA Ajak and Jared Big Baby Anderson? If they can, get victorious Saturday night.
What?
What you have
for
FA
and Anderson?
Yeah, and Anderson if they do good Saturday night.
The sky's the limit.
Good.
If Jared wins, we have him scheduled 2 months later.
Wow.
Right away. Now, what card do we put him on? What?
Is he in Georgia?
No, Georgia's again? I think
not
it's
Georgia. Okay.
Oh, New York.
Not New York. Oh, he'll be fighting. Which card we have him on? But he definitely
will be real quick.
On. Yeah, to the end of. Porter and Crawford.
Wow, that's
He'll be on that card. Yeah.
Now, what about
November
Effie?
20.
What about Effie?
Effie may be on that card also.
Wow. Well, thank you, Bob. I will be in Atlanta. So I got to fly over, but I'll see you in 2 weeks. See you, Bob.
All right, thanks, Bob. All right. I'm looking. I think that's everyone that I was reachable. Bob's still sharp at 490. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I'm looking, just trying to get as much as I can for you guys. I think any fighters, trainers, promoters, that's my guy right there too. I think they're all gone. So I'm gonna do a little quick scan. I'm looking just so I can get you guys as much access and see as much before fight week. I appreciate all you guys being here, always supporting. I think that might be it. This is it. Yeah, I think so. We'll definitely be tuned in. To be tuned in all week. I think we're gonna get a lot of cool stuff. We're gonna be going live. So